peace. Now, let me first say that as a human being and as a phenomenal example of the human will and the spirit of upward mobility that I admire Barack Obama. I believe that Barack Obama truly beat white Americans in the political arena at their own game. And for that reason, if for no other reason, that reason alone, they will never forgive him and his legacy. Ultimately, if it is left in the hands of white historians, Barack Obama will be raped of a good legacy. I want to address some comments that he made at the recent Congressional Black Caucus Convention, when he spoke to Black America and said to Black America that if we Black folks don't go out and turn up in numbers to vote for Hillary Clinton, that he would take it as a personal insult.
In fact, if you want to give Michelle and me a good send-off, and that was a beautiful video, but don't just watch us walk off into the sunset now, get people registered to vote. If you care about our legacy, realize everything we stand for is at stake. All the progress we've made is at stake in this election. My name may not be on the ballot, but our progress is on the ballot. Tolerance is on the ballot. Democracy is on the ballot. Justice is on the ballot. Good schools are on the ballot. Ending mass incarceration, that's on the ballot right now. And there is one candidate who will advance those things. And there is another candidate whose defining principle, the central theme of his candidacy, is opposition to all that we've done. There's no such thing as a vote that doesn't matter. It all matters. And after we have achieved historic turnout in 2008 and 2012, especially in the African American community, I will consider it a personal insult, an insult to my legacy, if this community lets down its guard and fails to activate itself in this election. You want to give me a good send-off? Go vote. And I'm going to be working as hard as I can these next 7 weeks to make sure folks do.
Dear Mr. President, I take it as a personal insult that you would make a statement like that to our people. First and foremost, let's look at the unemployment statistics in the United States of America. Right now, the wealth gap between blacks and whites is worse than it was in 1979. Listen to me. That means that after 8 years under the administration of a black president, the first in American history, the president that we put our hope in, the president that we put all of our marbles on the table politically, and we lined up around the block to make certain that we participated in the monumental event that our grandparents thought they would never live to see, a black man raising his hand to become the leader of the free world, so-called. We turned up and we turned out for you. And look at how things have turned out for us. Now, let me say that there have been many things that I believe Barack Obama has done that are admirable. For instance, he has pardoned hundreds of people who were locked up falsely and unjustly due to harsh drug laws and other unjust laws, many of them were able to come home because of President Barack Obama. We applaud you. But when you look at the overall scheme of things, we have to be honest. Not only did we not achieve what we thought we would under a black president's administration, in many respects, we went backwards instead of forwards. So look at those unemployment statistics, my people. And if a black president can't close the wealth gap for you and I, then what do we look like putting our hope in Donald Trump? You think he's going to close the wealth gap of all people? And what about Hillary Clinton? Do you think she'll be able to do what Obama himself could not do? And if Obama could not bring us the deliverables, if he couldn't deliver the goods, then what makes him think that he has the authority to tell us what it is that we should do in terms of how it is or where we should place our vote? See, Mr. President, you got it all wrong, buddy. See, the mistake that we made, brother, let me not call him buddy because I don't want to be disrespectful. They're going to be disrespectful to him enough, so they don't need any help. My brother, you don't have the authority to tell us who we should vote for. You don't even have the pass that you've had in the past for us to be able to look beyond everything that you did for other communities, but you failed to do for your own community. And just like when our sister Simone Biles went to the Olympics and she whooped their butt in every category, few days later, the Russians come out and they say that they hacked into her medical files and they found this medication she was taking for ADHD. Even though everybody admitted that this could not have impacted her performance in any way, form, or fashion, the question becomes, why did it even become a headline in the American media? It is because they have to put some kind of asterisk beside black excellence. They got to put some kind of doubt into the minds of other people to make it appear as if though Simone Biles cheated and did not win fair and square. Now, Barack Obama has exhibited unprecedented excellence in the political arena. He's done that. You cannot take that away from him. And he shattered the glass ceiling that says that a black male in America can only be a rapper or can only be a performer or an actor or an athlete. He showed that we produce thinkers, we produce intellectual giants, and he literally came into the political arena and he beat white folks at their own game. That man did that and nobody can take it away from him. However, when it's all said and done, and the next president takes the oath of office, everything that Obama has done of good will begin to unravel. And it doesn't matter whether it's Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. White America cannot afford for the history books to include the great accomplishments of a black president who came into the game and beat them at their own game. So, Mr. President, with all due respect, you are out of line. I believe that your comments were arrogant. I believe they were insolent. And I believe that you sounded more like the forefathers of your mother when you talk to us. Like a brother told me, see, he doesn't go into the Jewish community and tell them who they should vote for. And if they don't vote for them, he will be insulted. He doesn't do that in the Latino community, I don't think. And he certainly doesn't do it in the greater scheme of the white community. He definitely doesn't do it there. What makes him think he can come to us and tell us who it is that we should vote for? And if we don't vote for them, he'll take it as a personal insult. How about the fact that unemployment in the black community has literally gone nowhere? We take that as a personal insult. How about you have black men and women being shot down in unprecedented numbers in this country, and you got rioting going on in the street? Under your administration, we've had 2 black attorney generals, and we have yet to get a conviction of a white officer for shooting a black man or woman in America in this day and time. Under your administration, we take that as a personal insult. So if anybody has a right to be personally insulted, it is who should be personally insulted by your neglect of the black community versus you being personally insulted about who it is that we choose to vote for. Get off your high horse, my brother. Get down on your own. Because if you don't, these very white folk that you love to love, they're going to snatch you down. Now let's talk about your legacy. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan made the most profound statement when it comes to Barack Obama's comments and his legacy. You need to go and listen to what Minister Farrakhan said.
So you Democrats, you've been in that party a long time. Answer me, what did you get? You got a president. He's worried about his legacy. Well, you want Hillary to get in to protect your legacy because Trump said the minute he get in, he's going to reverse the Affordable Care Act. Because that's your signature achievement. To show you how hateful the enemy is, he hates that you achieved what you did achieve. So he said, I'm going to tear it up when I get in. So he don't want his legacy destroyed. Mr. President, let the man do if he get in what he wants. Because he's not destroying your legacy. If your legacy is bound up in an Affordable Care Act that only affects a few million people and they're trying to make it really difficult for those of us who signed up, that's not your legacy. But I just want to tell you, Mr. President, you from Chicago and so am I. I go out in the street with the people. I visited the worst neighborhoods. I talked to the gangs. And while I was out there talking to them, they said, you know, Farrakhan, the president ain't never come. Could you get him to come and look after us? There's your legacy, Mr. President. It's in the street with your suffering people, Mr. President. And if you can't go and see about them, then don't worry about your legacy. Because the white people that you've served so well, they'll preserve your legacy. The hell they will. But you didn't earn your legacy with us. We put you there. You fought for the rights of gay people. You fought for the rights of this people and that people. You fight for Israel. Your people are suffering and dying in the streets. That's where your legacy is. Now you failed to do what should have been done. But it's never too late. You, like Jimmy Carter, can be a better president after you leave the restrictions of your White House and come on back to the hood and start organizing like you did and with your influence all over the world, let's make a new and better people. And from us, if it's Allah's will, we can make a new and better America.
He said to Obama that, Obama, you are from Chicago, and so am I. He said that I, Minister Farrakhan speaking, a man who was well into his 80s, he said, I have been to the hood. I've been on the South Side where the violence is taking place. He said, when I go to the hood, they ask me, do you think you can get the president to come to see about us? We voted for him, but he ain't never came over here to see about us. See, you got to understand that there are good people who live in the communities where the gun violence is taking place. But the president hadn't gone there. And what the Honorable Louis Farrakhan said to the president, he gave him the best advice. Mr. President, please listen to the minister now if you never have before. He said, if your legacy is wrapped up in what it is that you have done with and for white people, then you won't have much of a legacy, because as soon as somebody else gets in office, they will begin to undo all the good that you have done. But if your legacy is wrapped up in your service to your people, then that legacy can never be taken away from you. So once you are done with this thing called the presidency, we encourage you, President Obama, to go back to from whence you came. You see, any man that forgets where he came from has already forfeited where it is that he is going. And don't end your public life as a disappointment to the very people that were the winds beneath your wings that help you soar to the highest of heights in the political world. Don't abandon your people, because when you abandon your people, the people that you think have your back will abandon you, and you will end up alone, discredited, and your legacy will suffer. So we hope and pray that President Barack Obama will be wise. What you did or participated in doing to Gaddafi was a travesty. You should do the right thing and repair your relationship with your father's homeland, the continent of Africa. And more than anything else, we hope and pray that after you're done with your presidency, that you will come back home and do those things for your people that will cement your legacy forever and ever.